We're kicking. Welcome to another edition of Trevor's Corner Podcast. It's a very special edition here. I'm joined by four of my good buddies that can't control their laughter right now. I don't know why. My one buddy, Colton, Bubba Raybuck.
What's up?
And I got the Wonder Bread twins, Wesley Collins. Well, Wes, you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi?
Hi.
And we got Morgan Collins.
I'm fucked up.
Morgan's a little under the weather in alcoholic ways of the world.
From the bar.
And we also have my good friend Stephen Hill.
Hello.
All right, so gentlemen, thank you for coming on. It's great to have you guys. So basically, we're just gonna bullshit. We're gonna have a good fucking time, right?
Okay.
there we go. All right, so we're gonna start like we did last time with some world news, and the first article we have is from ABC News. North Korean soldier who defected to the South loves watching music videos and movies. Doctor says. I'm just gonna say something. If I ever got interviewed after getting shot in the ass by people from my own country, there's a real good chance that I'm not going to want to talk about movies and music videos.
I mean, I understand him, though, because he's just sending it, man. You got to understand that you got to do whatever you can.
Yeah. And I mean, North Korea is pretty bad, though, so I can understand why he's trying to not really think about
Just kind of send it, yeah.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
doesn't want to think about the fact that he's got shot in the ass and his asshole is now 3 times the size.
From what I see here,
Yeah,
one of his favorite movies is Transformers 3. Really says a lot about what
Which one
happened.
was that?
I'm surprised.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I think it was with Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, that was a pretty good
He's a
one.
good actor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
I like him in
No?
Ted.
Ted. Oh yeah, Ted. I didn't see Ted 2, but Ted 1 was great.
Ted 2 is pretty
Gonna
great.
tell you something. When Ted fell off the green wall up there at Fenway, Green Monster, man, that hurt my heart.
A lot of things hurt my heart.
Oh yeah, I understand. But let me look here. I mean, how do you think he got shot 5 times?
5 times?
5 times in the
That's
house.
unbelievable.
Holy shit.
That's a big
Well, the
success.
video that I saw, he got drug away by South Korean soldiers. Like, those dudes, they're the real ballers.
For real.
Like, they crawled
Yeah,
across
fucking-
the border,
That could have been
camouflage,
Grab the dude.
drug his ass back to safety.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
He better be telling them all the secrets that they need to know, or they're going to be pissed, and they're going to shoot him too.
I can't believe the footage was released already.
Yeah, well, I think that's just because of the mainstream media. I think that the footage usually comes out right away.
Maybe they're kind of trying to stir the pot a little bit. Don't you think? Could be kind of a way to kind of kick everything into gear. See, I'm against it though. I really do not want to go to war.
Nah, fuck you, sir.
Totally 120% against going to war.
I'm in the Army, and I kind of don't want to go to war either, so that makes sense.
I think the balance of the way things are. We already got a lot on our plate as a country. You know what I mean? The last thing we need is to start another. Exactly. The last thing we need is to start another conflict.
The way I see it, I got a green card, so I'm out.
Steven is also from Europe, so there you go.
The accent isn't fake, people.
It's not.
Oh, so let's see what else we got here in the world. What is going on right now? Oh, geez. There's not too much going on right now.
The world's boring.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree, to be honest with you. Well, I can't really say there is too much going on. It'd be really, really dumb for everyone listening to this to not have anything to hear. So, just kind of shoot the shit. But what's going on with you guys?
I'm fucked up.
Morgan's coming straight from the bar, if anybody cares.
I drove it just in case you couldn't tell.
One half of the Wonder Bread brothers. Wonder Bread has soaked up quite a bit of alcohol tonight, various kinds.
I did a cartwheel in Walmart.
You did a cartwheel in the women's clothing section at Walmart.
Yeah, right, I did.
How did you know?
I
What?
watched the Snapchat, bro. Everybody watched the Snapchat.
Oh yeah, it's on Snapchat. Oh man,
Dude,
but
actually, might be mad.
no, isn't that awesome though? You're awesome.
Cartwheel
You're
at
fucked up
Walmart? Yeah,
while you're
dude, I'm fucking awesome.
you're fucked
Yeah,
up.
dude, it was
While
not.
I got
you're
no
fucked up.
filter right now.
Terrible
It's amazing.
Terrible form.
You're right.
Terrible
that was a
form.
bad
It was
cartwheel.
pretty bad.
Steven,
Hello.
tell everybody. I need to know what are the 3 steps that you need to execute a perfect cartwheel.
I mean, it's a shame they can't see what I'm about to do right now.
Come on, man.
Oh man, come on, right? My podcast.
Stretch out a little bit here.
They can't see you stretching.
That's why I said it's the same.
They can hear him stretching. That's the
Yeah.
thought that
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah, I don't know the perfect form.
Starts with limbering up.
Okay, here's a good one, gentlemen. By Leslie Keene, contributor, investigative journalist, and author. Former manager of the DoD Aerospace Threat Program. End quote. UFOs are real. Gentlemen, are UFOs real?
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, yeah.
I need to know.
Look how big this world is right now.
Dude, there's-
like the galaxy.
there's
When
no
you look
fucking
up,
way
if we
we're
can
alone in
fucking
this
see
world.
stars and shit, I guarantee some of those stars are planets.
So what do you think? Do you think they're just kind of chilling out there? Like,
Dude, they're
you know,
probably watching us how stupid we are, to be honest.
To be honest, yeah.
like watching us down there doing
Oh,
cartwheels in the
you're
women's
still fucking
clothing
trying to get
section
to
at
the moon.
Walmart?
You're still trying to get to the moon, bitch. We got light speed right now. Like,
Yeah. Area 51's a very
shitty place to be.
yeah.
The government can hear us, Bubba. NSA
Fuck
is a
the
real
government.
thing. Fuck them, but don't let them hear you.
I believe wholeheartedly that people are down there in that field or whatever you call that big old desert thing. They're riding unicorns. I wholeheartedly believe they're out there riding
I want
unicorns.
to ride a unicorn.
Oh, absolutely. There is such a thing as unicorns. It is what happens when a prairie dog and a rhinoceros decide to hop into close quarters. If you know what I'm talking about here, you know, some breeding
Now,
gets
here's
a little
the
weird
question.
sometimes.
Describe the 3 steps.
Here's the question: who's the boy and who's the girl? I feel like.
Well, I mean, I almost kind of want to say the rhino's the guy because the rhino's horny.
That almost has to be. That almost has to be the case because you can't see a male. What was it? Groundhog?
No, prairie dog.
Prairie dog. You can't see a male prairie dog actually mounting a rhinoceros. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean,
No.
Then again,
Here's the thing, though.
funny to
Listen,
watch.
I want you to put yourself in the desert right now. You're out there. You're
Your
just
logic
chilling.
is flawed.
You're just chilling out there. No, listen, and you see a little prairie dog hole, just a little innocent prairie dog hole. You're walking up on it, like
if
just
a
like
rhinoceros sticks his dick in a prairie dog, that thing is gonna explode like a chicken.
you never
getting
know.
shot.
He could be a little one. He could be a little old guy. But listen, I want to tell you something. You're just walking through the middle of whatever country prairie dogs and rhinos are in.
Africa.
Australia, in the outback.
That works.
And a prairie dog just pokes his little innocent, beautiful head up out of a hole. Her innocent,
Now
beautiful head up out of a hole.
rhinoceros is like,
And a rhinoceros is staring her down like Ron Jeremy in his prime. Staring down a nice rump. I'm telling you, I don't think that rhinoceros is going to hold back. that prairie dog's getting knocked up, whether it likes it or not.
the birth is probably
So you're
extraordinary.
saying
birds and the bees,
that
man.
unicorns are the product of rape?
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I basically am. You're right.
That's a good point.
You're right.
Is there a court system in the outback?
Absolutely not. What happens in the outback stays in the outback. In the words of the late great Steve Irwin. Crikey.
You're right, crikey.
Okay, I gotta go another good one. This story is by David Moy. Florida man purposely crashes car to prove intersection is unsafe. Do you believe that is the right way to go about proving his point
Listen,
to the
if
police?
you need a stoplight put somewhere, you need a stoplight put somewhere. That guy was willing to take one for the team and say, listen, I'm going to fuck myself up so that I can get a stoplight put here to save my children.
So now answer me
That
this.
makes sense.
Answer me this. What happens if they don't put a stoplight in there?
Well, then he just looks like a giant douche.
Yeah.
But that happens sometimes in the path to prosperity.
I kind of hope they don't put one there now, just so he looks like a dick.
Just so it looks like a dick, yeah.
Yeah. And then does it again. And still don't do
That'd
it.
be funny as shit.
How many cars does he have? Jeez. He's wrecking everything.
Yeah, for real.
Driving boats on the
Okay,
road, GTA
here's
style.
another one. Here's another one. I like to bring up kind of social debate because I believe that if it's posted, we can talk about it. You know, that's something for everyone to read. This is by Ed Mazza, and I actually kind of congratulate this guy because this is a pretty interesting storyline. Santa Claus gets the boot from Britain's National Trust because he's too American.
Oh, that's fucked
What
up.
the fuck?
I need a take on that.
Well, we do have a Brit right here.
Answer
You-
me this.
guys have
Answer me this.
Santa Claus in
Steven,
England?
Steven, answer me this. What do you think would be considered American about Santa Claus? What makes Santa Claus
Fat.
American?
Fat.
Fat.
We are pretty close to being one, if not the most obese country.
Oh, no, we're the
We
most
are.
obese
I mean,
country.
No. There's I actually looked it up
Americans,
a lot.
like-
I gotta say,
Too,
if you ever get a
the
chance
country
on
itself, like,
Netflix,
that's
if
why
it's
it's
still on there, watch the documentary called Supersize Me. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's also McDonald's. Though.
I eat a good heavy bit of McDonald's, and I'm not bashing McDonald's because their food's absolutely out of this world
I
delicious.
could really go for some McDonald's.
But I gotta tell you,
I like McDonald's.
rock and roll McDonald's rocks and rolls straight into your cholesterol.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm probably gonna die by the time I'm 30. There's about a good chance.
So
I'm
we
not-
have these podcasts.
Yeah, that's why we have these to document my life, so that one day my little cholesterol-fueled children will know what happened to Daddy and what Daddy did. Oh, but I just kind of is odd to me. I don't really think Santa Claus is overbearingly
Huge.
American, or you know what I mean. There's not.
I mean, yeah.
Do they use the word hose in England?
Why would they use hose?
You mean
Ho,
ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
You know,
Yeah, what the fuck is hose?
You
hose,
use the
hose?
word
Oh,
ho in England?
here we go. Another one from earlier this week
Oh, God.
by David Moy. Again, this guy's got a
This
little bit.
guy's a fucking jackwagon.
Good job, David Moy.
Cocky Navy pilots make sky penises over
I
Washington
saw
State.
that!
I need your take on this.
That's
Oh,
fucking
all right, so
awesome.
here's what we're gonna
That's
do.
awesome.
We're gonna do instead of the Knights of the Round Table. I mean, we can't really, copy that. So this is gonna be the good guys of the fuck table. Okay, so we're gonna go around the fuck table here, and we want to hear your input on this. So, Bubba, Raybuck, what do you think? What do you got to say about this?
I think it's pretty fucking funny, to be honest. I think that, how they worded it too in the headline, cocky pilots draw a cock in the sky. I mean, come on, that is just pure fucking comedy.
David Moy is just throwing some shade from the pun tree all over this story right now. I gotta tell you. And I gotta pass this on to Mr. Wonderbread himself, Morgan Collins. What do you think?
Listen, as somebody who's in the military, that poor man was just trying to depict what the military goes through on a daily basis, and that is getting the giant throbbing penis of Uncle Sam shoved in whatever orifice he can put it in. That's how it works. That's how it is. It's called the big green weenie for a reason. It might not have been green. It was blue in this case, but blue balls is a serious thing, and he is trying to depict it. He's doing great things.
You don't
for
think
the
you're gonna get in trouble
military.
for saying this?
They don't know my last name.
I mean, you said it at the beginning of the podcast.
That's true.
But
But
like,
I'm intoxicated, so I can't be held accountable for my actions.
Yeah, well, anyway. No, speaking of that, we can get off topic here for a second. Can you actually get in trouble for something like that?
I mean, probably.
I would hope so.
Really?
I don't
Like, how-
really
how
think
would you get
expressing my
punished, though?
opinion about a Navy pilot drawing a giant penis in the sky is
What,
going to get
do you
me
know-
in trouble.
Do you know why he did it?
Why?
Just
Why did he
because-
draw a penis?
just
Oh,
because.
I have no idea.
He did it for shits and gigs, man.
Dude,
that
he's-
guy is a
like, that
goddamn
man needs a
American
handshake.
hero.
He's probably just flying around in the sky, radiant down to his wife. He's like,
It looks
"Hey,
like a
sweet
real
bitch.
penis.
Hey, sweet bitch. This is what you're getting tonight." Steven,
I
I
would like to
need
give the person that did it a handshake and say, "You're the man."
just give that. That's
You
the
deserve a handshake.
straightforward from Stephen Hill, and the other half of the Wonder Brothers.
that's just fucking dope.
He's
Flat
probably
out.
smoking some dope too. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna roll along here. Ooh.
That guy's
Okay. Here we go. David Moy again.
Oh my god.
This one's a good one. Porn star Cherry DeVille considering presidential run with Coolio as VP. Not gonna tell you what.
That is great.
I'm gonna tell you what. I would not mind going to every street corner in the United States and getting a free hand job. I would not complain. What do you guys think? Like,
That is great. I mean, our country's already getting fucked, so why not put it for the election?
Yeah, I mean that's.
Might as well head it up to it.
oh
Be
man.
able to
You got Trump
document
as president,
every
so-
living, breathing prostitution ring in this country.
Would thrive.
Oh, yes.
God, we'd be
Thrive.
making millions.
We would put the Colombian drug cartel underwater. But yeah, so what do you think? Vote Cherry DeVille?
I don't know, because then they try and put a tax on prostitution, and if I'm going to hire a hooker, I don't want to be paying $6.99 plus tax, you know what I mean?
Times 1.06.
Yeah, like, that's bullshit.
Here's another one.
Is it by the same guy?
Let me look. No. I
Damn.
do not see anything here about who wrote it,
No
so
author.
I do not take credit for any of this. What we're speaking on, we're just reading. Venezuelan thieves stealing zoo animals for food, police say. How do you stop something like that?
Well,
Give him some
Wait.
fucking hamburgers, man.
What animals are they stealing from?
I do not know. It does not.
I mean,
say.
I think-
Like,
I
let's
think-
just
yeah.
kind of throw it out there. Say they're coming in here and stealing some anteaters. Look like a juicy, delicate, quite succulent animal. Cartilage-filled nose
I
thing.
mean, when I was watching Arthur as a kid, I always dreamt of eating that bastard.
It's like a midget. It's like a midget elephant,
fucking.
right?
Bro.
It's like a midget
It
elephant.
is really midget, not
Wonder
just
what it
like
tastes
kind of
like.
midget.
Well, I know times are tough right now in South America, so I can understand why they're probably going to the great limits of that. I mean, there's a lot of things going wrong around the countries all around us, so it's kind of like you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Kind of just got to go with it. Roll with the punches,
Gotta
right?
send it.
What are you talking
But I mean, I don't know. I understand. Like, yeah,
Circumstances
I would
like
almost kind of rather go out in the wild and get something that.
True.
I mean, think about how I mean, I don't want to be mean, but
I mean,
I think
put it
zoo
this way,
animals.
Think about how
Wait.
well controlled a zoo animal is. Listen to this. If it's the apocalypse and I gotta choose between eating some type of nuclear waste fucking hoard out animal
Well, why the fuck would you do that?
or go into a zoo and eat a perfectly good elephant, I'm gonna eat that perfectly good,
Oh.
I mean, how you
good
gonna eat
elephant.
it, though?
Oh, I got a really good one, Newt.
The fucking crap.
ABC News
Oh,
posted this under weird, odd, and strange news. Police. Prostitution ring run out of senior living facility.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what?
God.
That's awesome.
Whoever owns that is a G.
wow.
What?
Wow.
What? Yeah, like I'm not.
So
saying
is this like-
As a G as in grandma.
Jeez and
Or
grandma.
We don't discriminate here.
No, no.
Oh my
Gender
gosh.
appropriation.
That's disgusting. I mean, at least it's a good gum job.
Oh gosh.
What do they call the living center? Gilfs in the Hills or what?
Now, here's the question: is the entire are the hookers themselves living in the senior center, or
Oh,
is
God.
like the pimp in charge of the entire
Dude, there's
rig?
an old grandma.
Hiring
Living.
younger
So you're
people?
saying if
Yeah.
that's the case, then you have these young women dressed very provocatively just walking in a senior center every day.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
If Daddy fucking Warbucks is living
Like
in
I'm
a
talking like
senior
no,
home,
I'm talking like
that's
I'm talking
not
like
fair.
Wilson from Family Guy.
Oh,
Just
God.
chilling in the home, and you got these young ladies coming up to him and asking him, "What do you do? I mean, how do you do you shut down the senior living home? I mean, you got so many people there that are depending on
Yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're right.
You kick the guy out.
It's unhealthy.
It's very.
It's
very
quite
bad.
quite unhealthy.
But I mean,
How much
hey,
is his charge, you know?
Huh?
money is money.
Oh, well, dude, I don't know. I'm not about to be the one to find out. Steven, if you want to take a ride there,
Where is it?
it does not say.
Damn it.
Let me look here.
I'm down for a drive.
A little bit of a far one.
Worth it.
I was gonna say we got.
Ooh, okay. So, this is actually interesting one. Inmate dies after meth-laden kiss. Girlfriend gets 2 years. This is also reported by ABC News.
Wait, what was that? Math.
Where's it at here? Inmate dies after meth-laden kiss. Girlfriend gets 2 years.
That sounds like something straight out of that Batman movie with Poison Ivy, when Poison Ivy's going around and kissing dudes and they're all dying. Then
Oh.
Poison Ivy goes to kiss Batman and pulls that freaking plastic shit off his lip. He's like, "Bitch, you guessed!" And then he arrests her and she goes to jail.
That's actually a really good way of putting it.
Wow, holy
It really
fuck.
is.
If you're somebody that never watched that Batman movie, I suggest you listen to this podcast
Holy
over again
shit.
because it just pretty much told you.
I don't remember which one it was.
Morgan
That's
told
the
ya.
entire plot.
I
of
think
the
that might
story.
be. I think that might be Batman Forever.
I think you might be.
And
right.
I think the great soundtrack of that song included Seal's "Kiss from a Rose."
Yes.
Played that on my first date. Never talked to the girl again. Anyway, on to better news.
He's not over it.
Here we go. McDonald's to raise Chicago area museum a first restaurant.
That's it. I mean, people go to
Does-
the museum, you know, they get
Well,
hungry.
you know what they say? McDonald's sandwiches, they last forever. You can just let them sit there and they'll never deteriorate, whatever.
That is true.
Seriously?
You can just
See, I want
put
to
a
be the
museum
person
out
to
of
actually do that
burgers.
experiment, though.
Just let a McDonald's cheeseburger just chill
I
somewhere.
feel like
Well-
no matter how many preservatives you put in something, it's still gonna rot after. a few
Yeah,
days.
well, see, that's what I mean. After time, but
did-
however,
I've put a McDonald's cheeseburger in the fridge for 3 hours and tried to take it out and eat it before, and it was absolutely disgusting. So I don't know where they're getting this thing that they stay good forever.
be honest
I
with you,
believe they're full
I'm
of
not.
crap.
I actually kind of like them cold.
Yeah.
Call me crazy. It's heavier.
It's not bad, yeah.
It's heavier. You wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm gonna eat this, and it is gonna give me the worst fucking indigestion I've ever had in my
All the
life.
calories
Oh, yeah.
come straight.
But
to
it
the
tastes
surface
amazing
on
for
that,
some
man.
reason.
Man.
No, well, I did watch a video before where they left like different burgers from McDonald's inside like glass containers. Sort of-
Photoshopped.
No, dude, it cannot be photoshopped because like you see the mold on it.
bro.
Yeah, but like you
video,
get. I
special
mean,
effects.
preservatives are a big thing in the food that we eat, and GMOs and whatnot.
Guys are making me hungry,
so
yo.
it's crazy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
talking about food that's absolutely disgusting. Really, it really makes you hungry.
Me and Nicholas Lenz single-handedly killed a bundle box earlier for lunch, so I don't give a fuck.
There's a couple occasions where I actually sat down and watched somebody eat a whole bundle box, and I got to tell you right now,
Pretty sure Luke
It gave you cholesterol.
very impressive. It hurt me to watch it, but let me tell you what,
Dude,
like
destroyed it,
nothing will ever be. Have any of you guys ever watched Animal House?
Yes.
The scene where
Toga.
Belushi just runs
Toga.
a train. Rest his soul. Runs a train on that snack line or the lunch line. He's
Yeah.
eating burgers and stuff. He actually, from what I read and seen, he did not have a stunt double or retake. That was all done in one shot.
He's crazy.
Ate all that food.
He's a legend.
Wait, who?
Yeah, John Belushi.
I don't know.
They
Yeah, Animal House. Toga.
They took the bar. The whole fucking bar. Greatest movie ever. I'm telling you. So look here, we got something else here. Ooh. Creepy rocking horse. Left in garden with a strange note to a little girl.
Oh god.
To a little girl.
That's
She
some
about to get
Annabelle
raped?
shit.
This
This is
definitely
some
reminds
Criminal
me.
Minds type
This
shit.
definitely reminds me of like a mixture of
Wes.
Insidious, Criminal
Shut the fuck
Minds,
up.
and like
Annabelle.
That came from
Annabelle, it's just
mirror.co.uk, that website.
Oh, .co.uk.
I just... That's weird, man.
CEO. No one's... That's an English thing.
No, not the name, but like what happened there with the
Well, at least it's
rocking
over
horse?
on that side of the world, and we don't have to deal with it here.
Oh, man, I just...
Sorry,
People are-
all you English
People are probably still dealing with
Fuck
it.
you.
I would be scared. Like,
oh yes, of
I
course.
fucking
I
move.
mean, I don't
right
know.
then and there,
I
be
don't
like,
know.
nope, I'm out. I'm
See, because
moving.
you got to think about it a different way.
How do you make that
If
sound?
you have children, you're a parent looking at that, and you see that, that's got to be terrifying.
Well,
Absolutely
and
terrifying.
I don't think this
Yeah, like
like.
getting into someone's house like that, like.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that the
backyard. You
police.
say right? Your
Yeah.
back garden.
Yeah,
Fuck
out,
that.
out in the garden, man.
Yeah, no, that's fucked.
Definitely, the police should be notified like as soon as possible, just
Oh,
to
yeah.
do whatever you can.
Oh, here. I got a nice one. NBC News, and this is reported by U.S. News. Elephants deserve legal personhood. New lawsuit argues.
Agree.
This
I'm
is
just
something
talking
that
about
I
African
did
now.
watch, and I think that's like how hunters can shoot elephants and bring them back
Mhm.
over.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's bullshit.
Like it definitely is one of those things with
already
the
fucking got
endangered
rid of, like,
species.
Probably like 2 or 3 species of tigers. It is like I don't get rid of the elephants.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much
Terrible.
going on with the hunting
Like,
community.
Here's a good one.
Why don't you just fucking ban it for a while, for a little bit, let them breed a little bit, and then just go back at it?
Another one by NBC
Never
News.
Their own sisters anyway.
Another one by NBC News. Galloping drunk. Florida horse rider charged with DUI. Well, sounds like Woody from Toy Story had one too many whiskey shooters. Him and Buzz spent a night out.
wait. So like, what's the charge?
Woody went for a ride with Buzz Lightyear.
He was just horsing around.
It's a knee slapper. Oh,
No, but
man.
what do they put on the paper there? Do they say motorized vehicle or something? Because that's what it technically has to be, doesn't it?
A motorized vehicle?
Well, yeah, because usually if you get a DUI, it's
I bet that car has a lot of horsepower. Let me tell you. Oh, okay, so we have another one.
moving a hauler.
Cross over there.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Lord.
Alright,
Oh.
dude, you need to stop pooping. Alright,
I'm right here.
sorry, it's nasty.
Sorry.
Oh.
I hope you.
So this is just going to be basically an opinionated thing because there's not a lot of information on it. NBC News again. Killer clown cold case leads to arrest of woman at center of love triangle.
Wow.
So where does this kind of roll in here? Like,
Well, let's just start off by saying
Let's
this
say
this report here is fucked beyond belief, and I don't know how this is even a report at all.
Dwight the Clown met Pennywise, who met Mr. Squeakers, and this bitch fucking all three of them at the same time. Had ugly, evil, paranormal clown triplet children. And they just decided to...
Plot twist. She was sleeping with Krusty the Clown the entire time.
Oh, fucking Krusty.
Fucking great.
Damn it, Krusty.
I mean, he ain't even involved, and he's still getting laid, man. That's
Man.
more than I can say.
Yeah, dude, I hear you.
I'm gonna take a piss with the door open.
Morgan is taking a piss. Oh, here's a cool one. This is actually from Europe. NBC News. Oyster vending machines installed at French seaside resort.
That's
fucking
gross.
That
That's
okay.
gross.
First off,
That's gross.
first
They're
off,
supposed to use
that is disgusting because
Of course it'd be
that
French.
could sit in there forever unless they refilled it with fresh.
Well, I gotta tell you something. I saw things on... Oh, he turned on my fan. Morgan, turn that fan off. You're gonna catch the house on fire. Sorry to everyone in the podcast, but I'm just gonna make sure...
Everybody's peeing.
No, I'm gonna turn...
That was fucking scary.
Morgan almost caught my house on fire. Anyway,
Why does your fan not work, bro?
I don't know. It sounds like death.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to say that I had seen over in,
couch.
whether it be somewhere in like Asia, in that continent. I forget what country it might have been, Japan, or
Sushi rolls.
China. They have vending machines that they cook cheeseburgers. They have sushi.
Yeah.
They have pho. It gives you pho in a vending machine.
That's
All
dope.
heated and everything. Boiled water. Cooks it for you. And it's fresh.
You
A lot of
did-
people
did
have
they
a
do
lot of, great reviews about it
Probably
and stuff like
fucking
that.
Japan.
Now, with
Ultra
oysters and stuff like that, if it's updated daily like that,
It's a,
people love oysters.
If
Imagine
it's
how much-
updated daily. That's
Imagine
a
how
money
much
grab.
money. Now, you're right there on the coast. You know what I mean? You're getting fresh oysters.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money you're going to make off that.
Yeah, but
That
think
and the
about
tourists.
these things
Oyster
catching
sales.
on and all the bad oysters people are gonna get because
No,
they gotta
absolutely.
they gotta
Yeah,
keep
but I
them
mean,
in there
I feel
because
like-
of the oyster shortage.
Oh, I got a good one. This is a full pun intended article. Mayhem on Texas highway as pigs run loose. What are you doing? You're rolling down in Texas, just rolling in your big jacked up truck.
Of course.
You and Earl, just rolling down the road. You're just chilling. You know what I mean? You get your spitter out. You get your spitter out. You're looking around. You just go get your AR-15. There's a bunch of pigs running across the road. You gotta call Leroy. Go find your gun. You know what I mean? What do you think? You call it real mayhem.
That
Are we
is
sure it's pigs or is it
absolutely
their
crazy.
sisters? I mean,
Real mayhem. Oh man.
Even I take offense to that.
Oh, they really gives it the name of mayhem then, huh?
Man, poor-
Oh.
that is absolutely.
Well, I mean, that's just unreal.
It is.
Why would you want... it's the name of it, the pun.
yeah, that
Pun
was
does
good
it.
mayhem.
Oh, this is actually a pretty neat one. Slimed. Truck spills tons of goo producing L's. It's a little slippery situation there, you know? Now, we're kind of running out of some funny topics here, but let me look around here. Ooh, that's a good one for you. Nightly news were posted by NBCnews.com. British schoolboys wear skirts during heat wave and uniform protest.
Wait, schoolboys are wearing skirts?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Would you consider a skirt a lot more comfy?
No.
I mean, I
Yeah?
guess so.
You could totally
I feel
free
like-
ball
I mean-
in a skirt and have
Oh
the
my God,
greatest
yeah.
breeze ever going through there. Like, eliminate pube stank, bro. Like, this is going to be
Eliminate
a great thing.
So what we're going to do here, I did this last week, and I want to kind of go over this again. I'm calling this the hot corner, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the NFL games this week, the schedule of NFL games, and you're going to give your picks,
Okay.
okay? Each one of you.
I'm just gonna go down the line from west.
So
to
what we're
east.
what we're going to do, to save a little bit of time, we'll just kind of go each one. You know, like the first one, Morgan will do. The second game,
Okay.
Colton will do. And then if you have any input, the floor will be yours then if you'd like to share something. So we'll start with Morgan, work our way to Wes, and we'll just keep going that way. Okay?
Okay.
First game, Morgan. Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. What would you pick and why?
I'm gonna pick the Vikings because they're on a basically unstoppable path right now. I mean, what are they, 8-2?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really good. And right now they're a serious playoff contender, and I don't think that the Lions are gonna be able to stop them.
And the Lions have been really bad lately too.
I think
the Lions haven't been able to stop jack shit on defense. So
I think the only thing the Lions have really going for them is they have a guy with a cannon at quarterback. Matthew Stafford is a gamer.
That's there in your end.
Matthew Stafford is never out. That guy, in any moment, in any game, he can, come back from the dead and keep that team a contender.
When you have a defense that can't stop anything, it doesn't matter how many points you put up on the board because the other team's going to score just as many anyways.
Totally agree.
I mean, you look at Casey Keenum's numbers, like the last 3 or 4 games, they've been good.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Like, good.
So, Bubba, next game, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
You're picking one.
Okay, I don't watch very much football, but I know that the Chargers are not as good as they used to be, but I really hate to go with the Cowboys, but I'm going to go with them anyway. Dak Prescott, after that loss to the Eagles, very, very hard to come back from
Out for
that.
redemption. He's going to kind of be out there
I
to
think
prove
so.
himself.
I disagree with that.
3 picks?
Say,
3 picks?
I disagree.
Now, I do got to say one thing. I'm an Eagles
I don't
fan,
watch
so it's going to
football.
be a little biased. 3 picks. Their secondary, that defense is lights out. That's the reason Eagles. That paired with my man Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is Wednesday today. It's Wednesday. Gotta tell you, that team right now is playing unbelievable, and we'll get to them then. But so you're thinking Dak Prescott comes out, gets his revenge, from last week.
I think they're going to continue a downward spiral.
You think so?
I would go opposite.
And they have a couple more games without Zeke Elliott, and that hurts.
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to lose is because they don't have Zeke.
So Steven, next game here, New York Giants at the Washington Redskins. You're picking one.
Okay, I can't really give you a good reason why, but I can tell you the Giants suck this year, so I would go for the Redskins. I don't really know the Redskins that well, though.
My good friend Connor picked against the Giants last week, and I asked him for his reason why, and he said Eli Manning. So, I guess we can kind of ride the whole Eli Manning story here.
I mean, they lost so many of their good players this year, like Odell.
They're hurting.
Yeah, they lost really 3 big players on their team. I mean, they sucked with them too at the beginning. So
We got an easy
I
one
think
for
they're
you.
going to win.
I don't think they're going to come back.
Battle in the AFC North. The Cleveland Browns
This is a good
at
one.
the Cincinnati Bengals.
Fuck the Browns, they're shit.
So that's your pick, and why?
I would actually go for the Browns.
I think the Browns come
I think
from the
if
dead
the
this
Browns-
week
this
and
is
win.
the big,
I think this is the week the Browns put that one in the win column.
If you saw that Facebook article of 47 reasons or 47 reasons on
Why the Browns still have a chance.
Maybe able to make playoffs, then yes.
No.
47 things need to go right for the Browns.
Yeah,
And if you actually
47 things won't go right.
Hey, if you actually pause that article and read some of these things, 95% of those things are actually kind of plausible. I'm not gonna
The
lie.
problem, the hard part is the
they're
unplausible
plausible.
part is you need all of them to go right. All of them.
Exactly.
And what
Something's gonna
sucks
go
is
wrong.
that the Browns need to win out, and that's not that bad because their season from here on out isn't too terrible till they play the Steelers.
I'm not a
And the
huge fan.
Steelers are going to stick their black and gold dick right up their brown ass. It's going to happen.
I mean, you look at
Okay,
the
Morgan.
I
Morgan,
don't know, man.
you got a good
the
one here.
first game of the year when the fucking Steelers and the Browns played, it was like 3 points in it. When it was like 20-23, I think.
We'll see. The next
I
game.
mean, I don't like the Bengals quarterback though too. I don't like him.
Andy
I
Dalton,
don't
he's
know
a-
why. I just
he's
don't
a-
like him. I
He's
think
a
it's
red.
red. Yeah.
Fox at 1 p.m. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. What do you guys pick?
I'm going to pick the Falcons.
Yeah.
Falcons.
The Buccaneers.
You know what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
Winston, right?
Falcons are home, right?
They knocked down the Georgia Dome this week. And I think along with the Georgia Dome, the collapse of the Falcons is going to happen this week. I think Jameis Winston, Deshaun Jackson, and Mike
Is
Evans
Winston back?
bring it home.
Is
The
Winston
Buccaneers
I
have a
believe so.
bright
If
future,
Winston's
but this
back, I would
year
choose
is
the
not the year
Buccaneers
that
too.
they make playoffs.
This year's the year that
I'm not
Falcons
saying
are
anything
so
about playoffs, but I
inconsistent
think
this
the
year.
Falcons have been up and down,
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
They played really well against the
And
Cowboys.
it's time for them
What's
to
that telling
continue
you?
a solid
Yeah.
up.
We'll see. We'll
And
see.
The Cowboys, I mean,
Here's another one, Bubba. The Tennessee Titans riding a hot streak going into Indianapolis to play the Colts.
They're not riding a hot streak. The Steelers just stuck.
73% win percentage here. So, I mean,
Um.
you give them the up there.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
Steelers are
do
the best
know
team.
that the Colts are having a decent season, but they're not. I don't know if they're winning or not. But I mean, if Tennessee is coming in there hot, I think that
they played.
have a high
They
chance. They have a better chance of winning than a team that's just kind of mediocre, not
They
really winning a lot.
did
losing a
not
lot.
play well against the Steelers, but I'm going to tell you right now,
Steelers have a
a
very
Thursday
good team.
night at Heinz Field this time of year
Is the hardest.
to go out there and play is a tough.
Listen, I was a Steelers fan when we were playing the Titans in the first and probably halfway through the second quarter. I was scared because they were playing pretty good,
That's what I mean.
and then
They're competitive.
they just hit a wall.
It's just
They
I
hit a
think
brick
that's just
wall.
Heinz Field too. Heinz Field is also a hard field to win at for the most part, but I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Steven, we have Jacksonville at Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, I
No.
I'm picking Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Jacksonville's that
Yeah,
team
I
this
wanna
year.
choose a
Jacksonville's that
Jaguars too,
team
'cause,
this year.
They started off really good.
For the first time in a while, I
don't
can
they-
say
Is that the team that has
Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Bortles is good.
Blake
Am I
Bortles.
thinking
They have an
of
old,
fucking
and I think he's hurt right now, but
I would
ex-Penn
choose the
Stater.
Jaguars.
Penn State's career leader in receptions, Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
And, they're a solid team. TJ Yeldon in the backfield. Paul Postlesny playing
Their
linebacker.
defense is playing
They have a
great.
solid team. Jalen Ramsey, I believe his name is.
Like I said,
I don't
I'm
want
not very
I could
sure.
be wrong, but
Told them.
Yeah.
so the next we have Wes, the New Orleans Saints at the Los Angeles Rams.
That's a good game, I think.
That's a slobber knocker. That's a good old fashioned
That's a
slobber
huge
knocker.
game right
Because
there.
It's
the
gonna be a
Rams are having a
game,
good
but-
season, and the fucking Saints are having a really good season
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna say Saints.
I would
though.
probably choose the Saints just
I'm
because
gonna
I think they
choose
have
the
the better
Rams.
team on paper, though.
I'm gonna go Rams too and make it 50-50.
Only because
It's-
you
it's
got Drew Brees.
Tough to say
Yeah.
for me. Tough to say for me, but I think the Rams pull this out because they seem like that underdog team this year. There's
I mean,
a team
yeah, I would
I'm
like to
worried
see
about
them
right
win.
now with the Eagles. Minnesota's a big worry,
Yeah.
but them Rams, they got to play the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles.
silent killers.
That is one of those teams that they're in every ball game, regardless. They're playing well this year. Goff is playing like a good quarter. The draft pick they used on him. So we have another one here: Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots.
Patriots.
Patriots easy. So that's
Patriots.
consensus,
Easily.
no question. Chicago Bears at Philadelphia Eagles. They got to
Oh
go
my
into
God.
Philly.
Okay, so listen, this is gonna be a no-brainer. Philly is gonna absolutely mop the floor with them, and that's just because
The Bears.
current
Look
win,
at the form there.
current form. I think that
I hate the
Wentz,
Eagles, but you have
Wentz
to
is
admit
probably
it. They're tearing
That
shit
game
up.
on Monday night,
I mean, Drew
or
Brees.
not? Was it Monday night? Yeah, Monday night or it was Sunday night prime time. Eagles and the Cowboys. That Eagles offensive line looked good.
it does.
Yeah.
They look.
I
real
think
good.
the Eagles in
And
general
that,
are just
not to be rude, but like Trubisky can't even fucking throw over 100 yards a game, so they just
Who?
run the ball. Trubisky, the quarterback.
Oh
for
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah.
He
I mean,
doesn't throw the
dude,
ball
I
that
think
much.
he's gonna be good in the future.
I think next
I
year.
think
or
Mitchell
2 years-
Trubisky is gonna be a
Yeah.
decent quarterback
I mean, he
in the
looks
NFL.
good, but like he just needs to.
He needs a
fucking
team around him.
needs a
actually-
team around him. I do think though Carson
Probably
Wentz
a
for
lot of bad
MVP.
teams.
Do you think the
season.
Chiefs climb back, into the swing of things
Yes.
Who they
against the
playing?
Bills? The Bills are
Yes.
coming to town in Arrowhead. What are you thinking? You picking the Chiefs this week?
I'm picking the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Are home,
Chiefs.
right?
I mean, the Bills are coming in without that quarterback controversy.
Yeah, didn't they
That
just
rookie
fucking
quarterback,
sucked. 5
5 interceptions.
in the first half.
I'm gonna go with
in the first half. It's terrible. I would
Go with Kansas City
go
then.
with Kansas City.
So we
although
got
Kelsey fucked up.
the next game.
Interception.
Carolina Panthers at the New York Jets.
That's just
Carolina gonna ride the
I would
hot
just
wave
choose
there?
Carolina.
I would
Yeah.
choose the Panthers.
Jets
Jets
the
are
consensus
fucking
of
bad
it.
this
But
year.
Okay, so now we gotta go one coming in.
Terrible. I mean, the Jets are
Seattle Seahawks are hurting,
Yeah.
missing Richard Sherman,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
believe it was Earl Thomas is
Earl
down
Thomas
now,
is-
or
is-
one of them two is down. Legion of Boom is looking pretty rough right now. Russell Wilson is getting smacked around like JoJo the Indian
much.
Circus Boy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He's getting smoked every
the
play.
Seahawks. I feel like
They have to go into San Fran and play, play a game
That
against
game,
them.
that game has always been a close game for the past few
That's
years.
just 'cause it's a rivalry.
Yeah,
And
the
now
rivalry
you got Jimmy Garoppolo under center now for the 49ers. I mean, what do you think? Could the 49ers pull off the upset?
No,
I don't think they will because it's too late in the season for them to do anything
Yeah,
good.
that's
I
what
would
I'm
like to
saying.
see them win, but I don't think they have the team.
I don't think it'll happen.
So we had another good one here, a big rivalry, or no, I shouldn't say big one, but these two always play competitive. The Denver Broncos at the Oakland Raiders.
Raiders.
I would.
I'm-
You know what though?
I'm a straight Raiders shot, because current form as well. And
Yeah.
I do like Marshawn Lynch, and I think he's running the ball outstanding for them this year. I think that ever since him coming back into the NFL is just it helped him, and I think the Raiders organization also helped him too because he's where he's
That's where he's from.
home.
He's in Oakland home.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're home, you're playing in front of your fans, your hometown. Like you're there. I mean, I think that helps him. I think that's helps his morale a lot.
I mean, the Broncos just fucking lost to the Giants, so
The Sunday night
to be
game.
honest here.
Got a Sunday night game
It's a
coming
long
up
cup
here.
game.
Green Bay Packers go hobbling into Pittsburgh and play the Steelers on Sunday night.
Steelers are gonna go.
Steelers
for
are
the Packers.
unstoppable right
It's
now.
not even
I'm
that.
sorry. They may have had a couple of rough games, but listen, I'm a Steelers fan, so this might sound biased. The Steelers are unfreaking stoppable. They might play bad. They might have a shitty defense at times. Ben might not be able to throw the freaking ball, but if there's something you notice right now, is that no matter what, they pull it out of their ass to win a game. The Steelers are a team that plays to the level of their opponent, no matter what. And I believe that they are still going to be able to beat the Packers. They're going to. I don't think they're going to run all over them.
And the
So we're going to go
Packers-
consensus
I
Steelers.
think-
Yeah, especially
Aaron Rodgers,
especially because they're
Packers.
home.
If
It's
Aaron,
gonna be hard.
I think if Aaron Rodgers was playing this game, I would go for the
Be a
Packers.
different game. Be a
Yeah.
different game.
Oh,
It'd be a
yeah.
different game.
It
Look
would-
at the Packers since Aaron Rodgers has left.
Yeah,
They're bad.
Monday Night Football on ESPN. Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens.
Texans.
It's a shame Deshaun Watson isn't playing. It really sucks.
Man, he was a game changer for them this year. Having him and J.J. Watt out really hurts.
Oh my god, yeah.
That went from
I
being
think
playoff
honestly,
contender,
I think honestly,
to
having Deshaun Watson
mid-range.
out hurt
top
more.
3 in the AFC,
Maybe
to
wild card.
not even, yeah,
And I
maybe
think
not even.
The Deshaun Watson injury was more of a tougher one.
Absolutely, you're missing your starting
Yeah.
quarterback.
I
He
mean-
led the league in QBR, quarterback rating. He was
Yeah.
leading the league as a
And he's
rookie.
a fucking
Guy's a
22
Heisman winner, you know what I mean? Led Clemson single-handedly pretty much to a national championship.
Oh my god, yeah.
Against
Last
Alabama.
second, like the last
Put,
6
put the
seconds.
team on his back.
For real. Yeah, I liked him. I like him. I hope he has a good
But,
season
I mean,
next
here,
year.
yeah, absolutely. And you know, I just, the way things are going, the NFL, you never know what you're going to expect.
And this year, yeah, you're right. This year, it's been crazy.
You know, it's just up
Even
and
with
down.
college, I mean, college football too.
And the way
It's
I look
fucking
at it,
wacky.
the way I look at it, you never know what to expect. But here we go. We're gonna kind of turn gears here a little bit. Since I got a lot of my buddies here, all 4 of you guys are avid soccer watchers and stuff, and I appreciate the sport. I love the sport. I wish I could experience getting out there in the pitch and try and play soccer a little bit.
Dude, it's fun.
A little chubby for that, but anyway. We got the Champions League Week 6 this week. We're going to go through these games. I see we have games on Tuesday, Wednesday. I believe that's it. So on Tuesday, first game, 2:45 p.m., we got Chelsea at Atletico de Madrid. Who we picking?
Chelsea at Madrid.
Yep. Who we
At
picking?
Madrid.
I'm gonna say
At
Madrid.
I'm gonna say.
There's a
tie. If you, I mean, do
You're
we have
giving
to choose a winner
they're
or
giving Chelsea a 75%.
Are we choosing a winner or
Winner.
or a
We're choosing
tie,
winner.
if we think
well
it's a tie?
Chelsea.
Who do you
Chelsea
think's
just,
going to win?
Chelsea just came
I
off.
would
It's gonna
actually
be hard
go
for
with
Chelsea,
Madrid.
but
I would go
yeah.
Madrid.
I'm gonna go with Atletico because Griezmann
It's
finally
Atletico.
broke his scoreless
With a
streak
bike.
today with a
So-
bicycle
With a bike.
goal. So
How
it's
we're
not
seeing
even
it though is that Chelsea just
Yeah.
came off of a really nice win.
Sit down.
Atletico Madrid is coming
Although
off
I mean,
of
you
a
look
good
at the
win.
form they've played in fucking La Liga this year. They suck.
Yeah. I think.
I mean,
Yeah, but the
it's
Champions League's a
Madrid.
totally
Yeah,
different
exactly,
thing.
That's what I'm
Look
saying.
at Liverpool in the freaking Premier League.
Wait,
and
what-
look
look at
how
Real
big-
Madrid.
Right.
I can't
Don't-
say
let's
too
not
much.
talk about
Put
that.
that.
I will
I
slap
can't
you.
say too much, but I feel like these guys kind of take. I mean, the Champions League can be taken differently,
Yeah.
Champions
You know what I
League's
mean?
a totally different league.
That's what I
why
mean.
it's
Put
called
it this
the
way.
Champions
Put it this way.
League.
Madrid-
and I feel like the Champions League is when it gets a little more cutthroat. Am I right?
Yeah.
You
I
got
see
guys
this
taking
way,
it, not
too.
necessarily that they're taking it more seriously, but it kind of means a little bit.
Champions
It means-
League is 99% teams that are always in there, the same teams every single year. The teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, people like that, they
Juventus.
play and they build their teams to win the Champions League
Yeah.
because they have no
And I-
competition in
Just look
their
at PSG.
domestic
I
league.
look at it this
Just
way
look at
too.
PSG.
So here we go.
Neymar,
Speaking of
Cavani,
PSG,
Madrid are already
We
out
have-
of fucking La Liga, so why not go hard for Champions League?
We
They're
have
10 points behind Barcelona.
we have Bayern Munich
Bayern.
at
Do you want me to pronounce them?
Bayern Munich at
Just let him
PSG.
do it. It's his thing.
That's a good game.
It's
but
PSG.
PSG are
PSG.
unstoppable
It's
right
PSG.
Ride that Neymar hot
Neymar.
hand right now, right?
Yep.
Neymar.
Neymar, Cavani, and Mbappe.
What do you think?
dude.
Neymar
I would
close
like
to being
see
the best
this.
in
I
the
mean,
world,
I hate
or
Bayern Munich.
Okay, so at the moment, I will say that Neymar is playing probably the best soccer he's ever played. But
It's
I,
just-
but
that's
I,
because he's shitty
but-
ass
and
league.
this is the thing. the League One, which is the French league, is
It's shit.
so
Shit.
bad.
I mean, Zinedine, you know who Zinedine Zidane?
Yeah, the guy that
He said
headbutted
it
the
right.
shit out of that dude. the one year.
Yeah.
He quoted, "Why would you go to a big team and play like no, not Zinedine Zidane?
He basically said, "Why would
It
you?"
was Eric Cantona. Sorry.
If you're
He
a good
goes,
player, why would you play? For
Why would you
fucking
not
shit?
play against like Atletico Madrid and Barcelona or Real Madrid? Sorry, or now you're just playing fucking teams that I've never even heard of.
Yeah,
Like,
So,
you're
yeah, of
like,
course
you're like
you
the
can't
best in
tear
the
up.
world. You're like 25 and
I'm
you're
drunk.
playing shit.
Like, of course,
You should be playing.
So the next game here,
if he
Olympiacos.
we gotta make
to
sure we can
the
get
Premier
through
League,
some of these games. The next game is now
Olympiacos.
Olympiacos
Juventus.
Piraeus
Oh my God, Juve are gonna.
at Juventus.
Juventus.
Okay, so-
that's
so-
not even gonna be a game.
So Juventus right now currently is tearing up Calcio, and Calcio is the Italian league.
Mhm.
So they're definitely gonna take this one home. It's not even gonna be a game.
even if they were,
I
Juventus
would
wasn't
honestly,
tearing up
yeah.
Calcio,
And
they'd
the
still
thing is,
right
Juventus
with
can probably
Olympiacos.
play some of their second string teams.
The next game, Benfica
versus Basel.
Basel.
That's gonna be.
At
Ben-
Basel.
Benfica.
Benfica right now is on a current win. Oh, and that's not good.
Morgan has a nosebleed.
Damn.
It's all good because I'm drunk.
Okay, it's good because he's drunk. Next game, Barcelona at Sporting
Bars.
CP.
Yeah.
Bars.
So
Oh my
Barcelona's
God,
just going to kind of
Barcelona
run with this?
Is gonna run their big Spanish dick all over those motherfuckers.
Not even Barcelona.
Next,
Messi's gonna.
We have
fucking
Celtic or Celtic
Yeah.
Celtic.
at
Celtic.
RSC Anderlecht.
That was
Who the fuck are they?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Anderlecht is a team from Belgium. They're in the Belgian.
I think
and they are-
Anderlecht's gonna win because Celtic, yeah, they're good in their league, but Champions League, they're absolutely fucking
Yeah,
trash.
that's right.
Next one. Roma at FK Quarabag.
Yeah, Roma.
Roma.
Roma. And this is the thing. Okay, so there's a little bit of a thing here going on. Madrid, Atletico Madrid, for them to make it into the round of 16, Roma has to lose or tie. And with the way Roma's been playing lately, it's not going to happen whatsoever.
So,
Especially against
So
them.
Atletico Madrid will most likely not make it into the next round of the UCL.
surprising, isn't it?
That's
It is. It
It
is.
Wait, will they finish third place?
Next game,
No, they won't even make it.
we have Manchester United. We have Man U
Man United.
at CSK Moscow.
Moscow.
I'm gonna say Moscow because I hate Man United.
Fuck man.
Everyone here in this room hates Man
I fucking
United.
hate Man
That
United.
wraps it up for the Tuesday games that week. Now we have the Wednesday games. RP Leipzig at Besiktas.
Oh,
Bastikas right now is playing very well, so I'm gonna go with them.
And we also have
never
here,
trust.
I'm gonna go with
Turkish
Leipzig because they're
team.
fucking counterattack. They're all counterattack.
Dude.
we have Maribor at Sevilla.
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 Picking Sevilla.
Maribor.
I've never even heard of that team.
Now,
before,
please,
to be honest.
please bear with me here. We have
Shakhtar, just say
Shakhtar
Shakhtar.
Donetsk
Yep.
at Man City.
Man
City.
City.
Man
LeBron is gonna
City.
shove his fucking Belgium dick into them.
Yeah, no doubt.
We have Porto at Monaco.
Everything that
And Monaco.
touches is
Monaco's gonna
Oh my
win.
god.
I mean,
Honestly,
he's
that one's a 50-50 shot
Who
because
is it?
both
Porto's a
teams.
team of people that are washed up, especially their goalkeeper.
So it's basically it's basically like the basically
I would say
the
Monaco.
Tropic Thunder
I'm gonna go
or Tropic
Monaco.
Storm or whatever with
Yeah.
Jackie Moon
Yeah.
playing in the soccer division. Okay, I understand.
We're gonna go Monaco.
So now we're gonna go
You might as well skip
Liverpool
them. Nah,
at
just skip
Spartak Moscow.
Moscow.
Liverpool.
No,
Liverpool.
shut the fuck up. It's gonna be Moscow because Liverpool choked.
Walk
Oh, we got a little bit of turmoil with the Wonder Bread brothers.
Liverpool sucked off.
It's
Feyenoord.
no-
Where's
So we
Leicester
have
Champions
Feyenoord.
League, you fucking
Now we
ginger
have-
We
fuck
made it
rat?
further than you in
Gentlemen,
the past 10 years.
gentlemen.
Shut up.
Oh shit.
Alright!
Sorry, Dad.
Napoli.
We have Feyenoord at Napoli.
Napoli.
Okay, that's consensus there. So we're gonna move on. Real Madrid at Borussia Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Real
Real.
Dortmund.
It's
They
either-
As much as I want
They
to
just
say
won.
Dortmund,
Dortmund with the upset. I'm calling
as
it.
much as I want to
I mean,
say
don't get
Dortmund,
me
they
wrong.
fucking
If
suck
Dortmund's
this year.
atmosphere comes normally like it does
We
in
have
Champions League night,
My
then
favorite
they
name
fucking
in
show
all
up.
of soccer on this game, on the games and everything.
Uh-huh.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham.
At,
Tottenham.
Such a dirty English
at-
fucking name.
You're right. Such a
at
dirty
I can't
fucking
even
team,
pronounce
too.
this.
Gross.
APOEL
Fuck Spurs.
Nicosia.
Apple the coach
Dude.
effect.
If Tottenham lose, I will be the happiest person alive.
Same.
Okay.
Because I fucking hate
But
them.
they're
Everybody
not
hates.
gonna lose.
Everybody
They
hates
shouldn't
Tottenham,
lose.
but they're
They
gonna
should not
fucking
lose.
fuck
They
shit
should
up.
not fucking lose. It's a good
So
game.
I gotta ask, guys. What do you think? the podcast pretty good deal. You know,
I'm having fun.
you guys
I'm
just
having
came in
fun.
here
Fuck
and
yeah, dude.
you know got on
I'm
this
glad we
podcast.
came around.
I'm
This is
still
dope.
intoxicated.
I can tell. I think it's awesome that we have Morgan in here. You know,
Fucked up.
as he's fucked up. I think that's awesome. So I do gotta say it was great, but we gotta cut this off a little early tonight.
Yeah,
Unless you guys want to go strong for 10 more minutes. You guys want to get an hour in?
Yeah, let's do
We gonna do an hour?
Let's do it,
One more 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay. But anyway, I mean, other than soccer and sports and stuff like that, you know, what do you think? What kind of things should I cover in podcasting? I usually ask this. I asked this to Connor
Drugs.
last week, and okay, there. That's another thing. We spoke about all sorts of things last week, and like this week, we talked about a ton of news. Kind of got opinions on things like that, and I think that's kind of what I want to do with this. Kind of just go in that direction. Get opinions, just bullshit. Have a bunch of different people on here.
it's all you
Your
gotta do.
nose looks fucking broken. Ladies and gentlemen, Toucan Sam is in the building.
Damn, son.
Damn,
Martin,
son.
Does this podcast go on Facebook? Do you
Mark
share on
knows.
Facebook?
Damn, son.
Does this go on Facebook?
Oh, no, it does not go on
Like,
Facebook.
what does it go on?
YouTube. So we have YouTube.
Let's talk about weed.
Share the link. Okay, let me.
Weed's always a good subject.
We had a good conversation last week with Connor about this. What do you guys think about medical marijuana in the NBA? It's just a different sport, but I know it's been controversy right now.
I do agree with it.
I said-
Because I think if you use it to the
If you're dumb enough to use something to slow your system down and then try and play a basketball game, that's on you.
I look at it like this.
No,
I look at it
No,
like
it really is.
No,
I
use
mean,
it
yeah.
use it as
It
recovery.
is.
Recovery. That's what it should be used
You
for.
shouldn't be fucking stoned playing basketball, yeah.
No,
But I mean, recovery, yeah.
Recovery
I
is
look at it like
Yeah, let's
this.
go home and smoke a ball.
I believe, and I said this last week, I believe there should be a panel or a board, a doctor
suck.
appointed, so that when you want to use it, you have to go through the board and get approved by the doctor in order to use it. Appointed by the NBA.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
And I
It
believe
shouldn't be legal in the NBA if it's not legal across the United States.
That's
it shouldn't
true,
be
though.
legal
True, that's
anywhere
true.
in any sport until it's 100% legal
Well, see,
for
here's why-
recreational use in the United States.
Here's the way I
And
look
it
at
doesn't
it.
matter.
Here's why I look at it this way. You have other states that have it allowed recreationally. There's teams like the Denver Nuggets. Listen, there's the Denver Nuggets in
I can't
Colorado.
believe that was an actual basketball
Hey.
team, to be honest.
You have the Denver Nuggets in Colorado. It's legal there for recreational use.
Them nuts.
You have teams that don't allow it. Or states that don't allow it that have teams in there. That's why I feel like the NBA should be appointed a doctor or a board that allows you
Yeah.
to.
Well, I think
No, or they can treat it exactly like anybody else does. I
When you're
work
in that
for a
state.
company right now. I work for a company right now that has a terminal. I work for Swift. They have a terminal in Colorado. They're not allowed to smoke weed. You know why?
Company
because
policy.
the base of their company is in Arizona, and it ain't legal
I
there.
can agree with that. I
I'm in the
understand.
military right now. It's not legal across the United States. You can't do it in the military. Colorado National Guard, if they get caught smoking weed, they still get kicked out.
So essentially, what the NBA says, the NBA goes with. It's their
Yeah.
rules.
well,
That's how it works.
and it's the same thing with the policy, like, with the kneeling for the national anthem, like that.
Sure,
They
sure.
all tie into the same thing. It's all how the person, like the company.
Do you know why
sets it.
fucking Kaepernick took a knee?
Yeah, it's protesting.
No, like why
the-
he took a knee specifically because
Why?
he said he spoke to a veteran, and that veteran said when a soldier takes a knee at a grave or something. I mean,
Yeah,
you're probably
it's
gonna
a
bet.
sign of respect.
It's a sign of respect. Yeah.
I think, did he put his hand over his heart?
See
or
now,
no?
if he fucking said that shit, guarantee all this shit probably wouldn't have been blown up as bad.
No,
understand.
but I feel
And the fact
though.
he won personally, kind of pissed me off.
I believe it's to each their own. When it comes, Morgan made a good point. When it comes to a governing body of a sport or a company that's owning that, I mean, if that's in their rules and stuff like that, if you want to be involved, you want to be a part of that, you should definitely have to abide by their rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way it should be. You get drug tested, you fail, you're out. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I do think with the whole kneeling business. There were a few occasions where I saw things on Facebook, and obviously you see things on Facebook that are beyond belief that you can even see, like people just like going after him, like saying, "Oh, he's doing this just for publicity." Well, I mean, that's what you do to raise awareness, though. Because I mean, and I
He
guess
has
you
that
see
platform.
you see it in your own.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because
he
like,
has, a platform to do it. So
and I think our country itself is in turmoil with race, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think police. I think the
If I-
whole thing
If I
with
had to
that.
say anything about that, my personal opinion, I believe it's all self-imposed. I
In
don't
some
believe
cases.
that I don't believe that the actions of things that happen necessarily stirred that pot, because here it goes hand in hand. You have separate options and things that happen. There are riots like Ferguson. Something happened out there. Nobody knows besides the people that were there. Whatever did happen, and the true story behind that, regardless, there's something wrong happened. Just like hand in hand. So you have, BLM, which I understand. They
Black Lives Matter.
that they do their thing because they have right to stand up for what they believe in. That's fine. That's the great part of our country is you can do that. Now on the other end, at Freen up in by the Poconos, the guy that shot the 2 cops, rest their souls. Where does that give? Why isn't anyone rioting and stuff like that for that?
I think
There are different
yeah,
political platforms
yeah.
that things should where things should happen, and I believe that things should be spoken about. I just don't believe burning down Baltimore is a real good idea.
I do. There are a few things that I have
Don't burn the
associated with
aquarium.
that. There's one thing that I
It's
saw.
all water anyways.
There's one thing that I saw that was
You're not.
pretty. It was pretty bad. Like, I was watching videos on Facebook of the Black Lives Matter protests, and they were, obviously protesting on land or whatnot, and armed people. What is that? The National Guard. The National Guard shows up there armed to tell them to stop, but then we have the KKK who were in Charleston, and they were being guarded by armed people.
See,
So that's what gets me, because like how do you
Here's the
guard,
thing.
How do
Here's
you
the
guard
thing.
people like that?
I am not speaking on behalf of the KKK in any way. Were they protesting peacefully?
No.
So then
You
I
don't
believe that's
protest
wrong.
peacefully
I don't-
with threatening somebody.
I believe that's wrong then. If that's I don't know anything about it, so I can't sit and take a stance on it. However, if that's the case and that's true, I don't stand with that. I don't believe that should be guarded for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I believe that should have been stopped.
There were videos of KKK members and people who were white supremacists that were literally beating people. And now I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to just go
Stir the
after
pot.
that.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
like there were literally people being beaten by like boards and by metal rods and stuff. Like that's just wrong in
That's kinda
general.
sick.
Absolutely.
It's sickening because like you think
It's not right
Like,
because
like,
that's
how,
what we
like-
came from.
Yeah.
We rose from those ashes, and now we're
Yeah.
falling back into that lifestyle.
I think, and there's
Now,
another
do you
thing
think
too.
it's because of Trump?
People, no, I don't think it's because of Trump.
Like, since
because
Trump-
I think that
like specifically he's a bad person, but like since Trump's been in office, all this shit's going down more. I feel like.
I mean,
I mean, I
People
couldn't-
think they're
I
gonna be
couldn't
able to
vote
get
for
away
him.
with
here's
it
the thing.
more.
Here's the thing. Too many people are pointing fingers at the wrong direction. People are pointing fingers at the president. Oh, president, president, president. He may say things, but nothing he did, nothing he, said. He didn't do. He didn't
Grab
do
her by
any.
the pussy.
He didn't. That he can say that.
No,
I
I'm
could
fine,
go.
I'm
I can go
fine,
down
I'm
to the
fine.
drugstore and say that to the old cashier lady behind the counter. I can go right down to her, be like, "Hey, could I get a bottle of Xanax? Fuck her right in the pussy." You know what I mean? I can go down and say that all I want. They could. Oh, the country's falling apart because you talked about somebody's pussy. No, that's bullshit. In my opinion, what's killing this country is it's all self-imposed. It's people looking for a reason to bitch, whether it be people going against Trump, whether they're with him, whether it's Republican, Democrat, white, black, green, orange, fucking gay, straight, bisexual, pansexual, whatever you want to call it. I believe that it's all self-imposed because everybody's looking for some way to bitch and they want to be heard and they want to be popular because of it.
But do you feel like
Years ago, people put their head down and worked and went and said, you know what? I don't give a fuck what anyone says. At the end of the day, what I care about is what the money that's in my bank account and that my family's safe with a roof over their head. I'm going to pay my taxes and go to work because that's what people do.
Yeah.
fuck Texas?
Regardless of what you do, you should at least obey the laws.
I think the morals of this country are just not there anymore. I think, and this is not going against Trump. 'cause
No,
there's way,
absolutely,
shape,
I
or form.
understand.
But I do think that him coming to office
It's just
It sparked
it's not-
things a little bit.
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it
not.
definitely still.
He's at the wrong time.
It's not him. It's not him
I think
himself.
honestly the two candidates were terrible, both as bad as each other.
But I
anyways.
also think Obama kind of turned in his shoulder to a lot of bad things and let
True.
people out of jail and
True.
stuff like that. I think that's another thing that needed to be addressed too, but it never did. And look where it got us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there are a few things. We talked about in world history actually how Obama pulled troops out of Afghanistan and Iraq.
That's
Now,
basically why
and
ISIS got as bad as
This
it
is why ISIS got as bad, but you have to think. You have to take it from the presidential standpoint. There are people
He made a
and there are
promise.
there are families.
He made a promise.
Yeah, well, okay. This is what I'm saying though. There are families who are asking for their loved ones to come back, and they want them to be there for their.
Here's another way I look at it too, and I don't believe this is harsh in any way. And Morgan's sitting here too; he can attest. When you sign up, you sign up to go over there,
Yeah,
regardless. You know what I mean? You sign up knowing that there is a possibility, whether it be 1% or 100%, that you're going over there to help or do whatever you got to do. I understand families are going to miss you. That's like me going to freaking California and becoming a prostitute. My parents are going to miss me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, though? My parents are going to miss me, but hey, if you're overseas and you're doing that, you know, people are going to miss you.
Exactly.
You're away. You're in danger. It's the way it is. It's like when
True.
we get up in the middle of the night and go to a fire call. I can't compare to what they deal with overseas. What a fireman does, you know, what see a fire, it doesn't pale in comparison at all.
Yeah.
Two different worlds, but the thing is, you get up in the middle of the night, you go do something dangerous, and your family's going to miss you. Your family's going to hope you get back safe, and they're going to worry about you. But you took that oath, you know, that's why you joined to do it, because that's what it means to be a soldier. So, I mean, yeah, he did have a promise and stuff like that, but it's like going to your job. It's like promising your cousin that you're going to show up to a fucking tea party. You know, you got work to do. You got to be at work. You got to do your job. Then you can go home.
Yeah.
We should have worried about it that way. Take care of business. Fuck shit up.
Yeah,
go
the
home.
generals even said, if you pull troops out, it's gonna get so much worse.
Can't cite an ideology.
There is evil no matter where you go. There's evil in the world everywhere. There's evil on every continent.
Yeah, well,
But you just got to deal with it. You got to figure it out.
I think one thing that sparked it too is like how terrorism is right now in the United States. I think that we ourselves need to look in the mirror and just think of what a terrorist, because like I think a lot of people associate terrorism with like Muslims. And I think it's just a horrible thing that we don't look at ourselves and be like, well, could we be a terrorist? Could anybody be a terrorist? Like anybody can be a terrorist if they have a belief and they want to go against what the government does or whatnot.
I guess we'll see.
There's a kid in my class that we had to do a project. Basically, it was what would you do with? I'm not going to like terrorism or anything. But like, she asked him, what would you describe as a terrorist? He said, Middle Eastern, someone who's Muslim.
Stereotype.
Yeah, the stereotype.
Funny.
When we showed him like 5 pictures of people, all white, American, and they're like, they did so much bad stuff.
I mean, and
Here's the way I look at
it.
Look at Las Vegas
Muslims
too.
and stuff.
Look at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That was the worst shooting in U.S. history, and it was a white man.
Yeah, it was done
It wasn't
by
a
white
Muslim.
guy.
It wasn't a black
and I'll
person,
believe
it was a
this
white
till the day I
person.
die. This is the way I've had an opinion on everything. Like I said, there is evil no matter where you go.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah,
can
that
pick
is-
up a gun. Anybody can shoot somebody. Anybody can put any kind of physical harm on anybody if they want to.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, all you can do is be prepared. Make sure that your ducks are in a row. Watch out and hope that it isn't you.
Exactly.
Because it's been happening since the beginning of time.
I pray to God.
Since some caveman picked up a fucking rock and clubbed Joe over the head for fucking fire. You know what I mean?
Fucking Joe.
I'm just
Goddamn
saying.
Joe.
I'm just saying. Like there was a
Fuck
gentleman.
Joe.
Like there are people getting murdered every day for whatever
Oh my
reason.
God, yeah.
For money, for drugs, for ideologies, for whatever. It's
For saying
happening
stupid shit.
all over. It's happening. And there's nothing you can do but be prepared and hope for the best. That's my opinion. So, but like I said, guys, unfortunately, I have to cut this off. We hit an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that was good.
Thank you
It
guys.
is like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you guys for coming on here.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
And
absolutely,
cheers for listening,
dude.
whoever's listening.
Hey, we'll do it again. We're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have a great time
Yeah,
again.
man.
You know, next time will be even better.
Bring guns.
Morgan, I want to know something. Are you fucked up?
I'm fucked up.
How are you still fucked up for this long?
I don't fucking know.
Dude, you've been drunk since like 9.
I know.
Since like 8, actually.
All right. Well, hey, thank y'all for listening. Enjoy and tune in again.
About the marathon.
Martin signing out from Trevor's Corner Podcast.